Let's go. It's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back, going downtown.
Gravity Rush 1 came out on the PS Vita, and it was a game that I admired. I thought it was fun. I thought it had a good feel, but it wasn't great. And so Gravity Rush 2 jumps to the PS4. It's got a lot more power now. Is this the Gravity Rush that we were expecting from the original title? Well, I'm here to tell you and find out if this is worth picking up on your PS4.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back, going downtown.
The first thing you're going to notice when playing Gravity Rush, right after the intro, which is kind of gloomy and everything, it's a beautiful game. I mean, it has this amazing anime feel that gives it its own distinct look. There is nothing out there that really looks like Gravity Rush, and I mean that in the best way possible. The world, the cities that you visit, all the characters and cast here are just great. Everything looks very unique, and I always give pluses on that because I love uniqueness in the video game world that is kind of becoming a little bit generic in my opinion. It's great to have something very different. One of the coolest features in the original game was the gravity controls. Obviously, the game is called Gravity Rush, and in that game you can kind of alter the way you can float and dash around and do all these cool moves. And in this game, it's here, but even better because it's so much better with a PS4 controller. You can basically alter gravity and make yourself float, and then go towards that direction. You can also do moves, and the more you upgrade and level up, the better moves you get, which is another plus in this game. I felt like the upgrade system was so much better in this game than the previous title. You really have a sense of accomplishment when you're beating up enemies, getting these little gems, and leveling up in this game. And again, the gravity, I can't say enough. I wish this system was in other games to travel around because it's so fun. It's the only like open world or hub world or sandbox type of world where I actually like to travel, because floating in midair and then letting go of gravity and falling to earth and then the last second using gravity to alter again is just amazing. As you can see in the gameplay here, it is one of the coolest features ever in a video game for me, so I really do love that. And I love the fact that you have more moves and combos in this game as you level up. And the last thing, and one of the best things, is this game gives you a lot of content, way more than the first one. The first one I beat in about 8 hours. In this game you can do that if you just do story mode, but there's so much more content and side missions, and the side missions, well, the story wise aren't that great, are actually pretty fun, and they actually offer good awards like talismans, which are also ways to upgrade Kat and make her stronger, so I really did enjoy that.
Be au place knowing. Tu voulais de on judo. Et tu la mort.
But on the negative side, as much as I love the look of this game and everything, the unmemorable story is just very, very boring. And the reason why it's boring is because of the dull presentation. You get these like little clippings that look like comics. Now, I love comics, but it doesn't really help that there's no voice acting. It's all a made-up language, I think. It basically sounds like The Sims, and you just don't get the feel of an epic story. Now, there's some really cool cutscenes in this game, but they're very few and far between, so that's a really negative for me. And I just don't remember the story. I actually just kind of wanted to get past the story so I can keep playing the gameplay, which is really fun. Saying that though, this game may not be for everyone. The camera is wonky. Obviously, due to the gravity control feature, the camera could go all different ways, and when you're falling to the ground, you're getting a little motion sickness. And my point is, like, my wife was watching me play, and she was like, oh, this is a lot going on at once. I was like, it's cool, and she loved it, but then she was getting a little motion sickness. I'm more used to this type of quickness in video games, but I can see some people definitely having an issue with that. But really, the biggest fault here to me is it's not a huge leap in quality from 1 to 2. Basically, this game feels like it adds some really cool features, but it feels like the first one in a lot of ways when they could have went epic. They could have went bigger. They could have made a bigger world. You do get to visit some big worlds, but they just don't feel like that fun to explore. They leave gems around the cities to collect, but that's not all that fun either. Something was just missing in this game to go, wow, the quality from Gravity Rush 1 really stepped it up in 2. Instead, we just got Gravity Rush 1 was good, and Gravity Rush 2 is slightly better, but still not great.
Waits for no man that ain't got time to shake your head. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Now, I like to recap here because people always hear the negatives after the positives and then focus on that. But let me say that Gravity Rush is very much worth playing. If you haven't played the first, honestly, you don't really have to play it. The first is good, this is better, and it's just a better game to play. There's no real story to care about from the first one, just Wikipedia. So this one is the game to play. The gravity feature alone makes this game fun as heck. I can't say it enough. It's one of the coolest features in video games, and the distinct look of anime, if you love anime, definitely shows here. So I did really enjoy my time with this game, but I can't say it's like this amazing or even great title. After I played, I said that was really good and fun, but I probably won't ever play this again. So I'm gonna go with a 7.5. It's a good title. It's very much worth playing. I say pick it up when cheaper. If you see it for 30 bucks, totally worth it. Or if you want to rent it, you could probably beat it within I beat it in about 15 hours. That's about the time. You could probably spend a little bit more if you do more of the side quests. But overall, this game is worth playing and checking out. I just can't say it's worth the 60 bucks right at the start.